of the ocean. You gonna go down and get it? Gonna bring it back. Nothing coming up here. Everyone, morning drive to Bridgetown. Put up a video earlier that referenced another video was made because of something like that. And I saw, people going to Africa trying to give the idea, give people, or pretending actually, that they're coming to help Africa and not doing anything now. It's not like they're building some infrastructure or something that even if they left, the infrastructure will still be there that Africans can use. I talked about the education. It's not like Africans are not educated. Wherever they are educated. From the Caribbean, from EU, America, Canada, wherever they go, education. They have it, but they're using it to build somebody else's place. Nevertheless, I want to go in another direction with that video that I told you to watch. In that we're in a place now where, as Trump said it, he's making deals with other countries about the tariffs. And other countries are actually putting money into America. Japan, Korea, the deals that they make are handed over, like in the case of Japan, $640 something billion to go into a trust fund to invest in America. That's similar to what the Saudis and all the children of Saudi did in order for them to be safe from attack from Israel. They call it the petrodollar. Japan is now putting a trust fund up. But $645 billion to the US. For the US to tell Japan, now here's what we want you to do. You go to Africa, get the raw materials that you make, to either bring it to America and build factories, or make what we want you to make. To set up our factory base. We consider you a friend, so we'll allow you to make what we want. If you make the rare earths, send it to America, and we'll make the missiles or aircraft or whatever, and you'll buy the aircraft from us. That's what it is. Don't think anything else. That's why Japan is there. And Japan is giving 1.5 billion now to Africa. A place with 1 point, they say India's got most people, but that's the biggest lie that, well, you know that already. Africa has got more people than India. If you look at the projections, you'll see that that's fact. Because if every African is having 4 babies or 5 babies or whatever the case might be, and they're going to have almost half the world population by this such date, then you know that that's what they're telling you, that about the number of people now alive in Africa is false. But anyway, $1.5 billion now. I mean, it will build something if the African leaders build with it, if they don't put it in their own pocket. And that's what I think is really the 1.45 billion is for. They didn't come in and say we're gonna build infrastructure with the money. Not clinics, not healthcare, not anything, education, nothing. Just gonna hand it over. But here's what we want. We want raw materials. Now how much are they gonna give for the raw materials that they're getting? You see this? This is an insult. And you got 55 or 54 African leaders sitting in a room. Listen to this wicked man tell them, oh, we're gonna come and sweat with you. What sweat can they come and sweat? Japan doesn't even have, the Japanese population is declining. All across Africa you see Chinese in Africa. No Japanese. So what's the Japanese coming to Africa for? How many of them are going to come? What are they going to do there? With what? When? How? They don't have, they want raw materials, the equipment to get this raw materials out. They're not building anything in Africa. And you have these leaders who are there listening to them talk foolishness. Instead of going there, that's what the ambassador is supposed to be for. The ambassador and his people work out the deal, what is going to be happening. What are we getting out of this? If we don't know what's going on, what is going to benefit us, what's the use of our president coming to sit down and listen to you talk? All is just ear. There's no benefit to it. The ambassador is useless. All of them. The US president doesn't meet a foreign leader. Well, this one did. And there's a reason why he did that anyway. Because he thought he was going to talk Putin into, let's talk and we'll try to make a deal on how to do this. Putin said, come with his own plan. Putin said, this is what we want. And if we don't get what we want, we're going to continue doing what we got to do. So Trump had to come back home. The Europeans called him and said, hey, we want to talk. We want to add our input to it. But they can't add anything to it. The only thing they can do is try to block or try to convince Trump to continue sending money to them to make arms to send to. And Trump said, no, I'm not sending any money to you. You gotta buy our arms if you want to support Ukraine. That's it. When you look at what Victor Gao said, you look at the situation, you see, what are you getting out of the situation? What are you getting from China or Russia or America? Does it benefit you? Are they getting a fair deal? Are they allowing you to you're going to negotiate with Japanese. They want to do something for Africa. Okay, here's what we want and how we want it done. If you can't do what we want and how we want it done, then don't come. Period. That's what China did. When corporate America wanted to come to China and build, move all the factories out of America and build them in China, Chinese says, okay, here's what we want in return for doing what you want. That was it. You have to benefit from it. That's what Victor Gao says. That's what Africa should be doing. But African leaders are happy to get out of their state, go somewhere else, not send the ambassador to tell, the leaders, okay, from Japan, okay, you want to come to Africa? Here's what we want in return. Ambassadors sitting on there behind getting paid in Japan, driving around, doing what? Doing what? Nothing for their people. So that's the problem. That's what you're watching for. You're looking at people who are not doing anything of value, but waiting for the handout. The 1.5 billion for all of Africa. I mean, if nobody can't see past that. The Africans we are one people, like it's the mindset. Anyway, we're coming up to a place where we want to go. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Peace.